السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على خاتم النبيين والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وأزواجه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. سبحانك ربنا لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. I would like to make all the sunnah to start my speech, but I will try to minimize the introduction because I don't want to make it too long for you. Inshallah, any halaqa or any class on Friday, I hope it won't exceed 30 minutes. Because I believe more than 30 minutes, between 30 and 40 people won't listen to you after 40 minutes. So I try to make it as short as possible. But as an introduction for this great topic, which is the monotheism of Almighty Allah, to worship in the best of way, we need to answer some questions before we start the explanation of that great book of Imam Muhammad al-Wahhab. If we will explain the book of Imam Muhammad al-Wahhab, it doesn't mean that you are Wahhabi. As people think Wahhabi is great risk for the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That is not true. Every people, they have some enemies. And regardless what they talk or what we talk, we will study the book and we will see what's in the book. Nothing except singling Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And to single Allah and worship Him in the best of way, that needs a great understanding, deep understanding, and needs in the same time to purify yourself from being fanatic toward any school or against any school. Briefly, Imam Muhammad al-Wahhab, he born about 320 years ago, and he died about 200 years ago or a little more. That means he's a new refresher of the deen. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Do you like me to speak in English only or English and Arabic? What do you want? Okay. How many guys understand both languages? If you understand both languages, so raise up your hand, please. Great. If you all need English, raise up your hand. All right. All right. Okay. In that case, I have to speak in English because I see about 5 guys, they know both languages, and about majority of you, they know English only. So I don't want to break the heart of anyone. And as for Arab people, they will understand when I read or recite some proofs in Arabic language. I have to read it in Arabic anyhow. So Imam Muhammad al-Wahhab, he is following the Hanbali school. And the Hanbali school is a Sunni mazhab. So we are not a brand new school to be added to the 4 great schools of thought. No, it is one. And regardless what school he was following, what he said in the book is great to be studied. And it's great to be implemented in our way of worshiping Almighty Allah. But before we started that book, maybe the introduction will take some time. Why Allah has to be one? Why? Why not 2? If you speak to some people of the book, Christian or Jew, or those who doesn't believe in any Lord, you cannot give them some proofs from the Quran, which they disbelieve in. You cannot talk to them in that way. You cannot tell them, Allah said, or Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. That means you are cheating yourself. There's some names in the corners. So, you are cheating yourself because he won't listen to you. If you say to them, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, they don't believe in that Rasul. So you want to convince them without give them any point against you. First of all, we're going to use the example which Allah used in the Quran, but don't tell them this is from the Quran. Allah said in Surah Al-Zumar, ضرب الله مثلا, this is for you, not for them. If you talk to someone, don't use this. Don't say Allah said in the Quran. But I'm telling you, Allah said in the Quran, ضرب الله مثلا رجلا فيه شركاء متشاكسون ورجلا سلما لرجل ورجلا سلما لرجل هل يستويان مثلا؟ الحمد لله. العجيب. It's very surprised that Allah gives an example and He praises Himself at the end of it. Because that's a very perfect example you say to anyone. So to speak to the non-Muslims, to convince them logically, you need to convince them why Allah should be one. Ask them any simple question similar to the example of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How many driving wheels in any car? How many? Come on, 4. Driving wheel. What do you call it? Steering wheel. That's correct. 1. All right? Oh, so I mixed between driving wheel and steering wheel. Okay, steering wheel. It's not my language. The English is not my language. Okay. So, how many steering wheel do you have in a car? 1. Assume you are your wife, your beloved wife. You are sitting. She has 1 and you have 1. She wants to go some direction and you want to go some direction. Are you going anywhere? You're not going anywhere because she has a steering wheel, and you have to know that this country is pro-women. That means if you try to force her to go with you, that's a problem. So avoid any problem with women in this land. Because you are the loser before you start. Okay? Let's go back. How many load should be in this for this universe? If this universe has 2, let me agree with them temporarily that Allah has a partner or a son. I will agree temporarily, for argument's sake. Okay, 2. A Lord and another similar Lord or a son. Allah wants to take His creation toward the right side, for example, and His son wants to take them toward the left side. So who is the loser? We are the losers. Because if they will fight, forget it. We will pay the price. Nobody else will pay the price except us. So that is very harmful for the creation, because the creation will be destroyed. Everyone wants to show his muscle. They cannot kill one another. They cannot get rid of one another because they both are powerful and they cannot die. They want to die, so we will die. And if that Lord promised some of His creation mercy, and after that, after all, He's retiring, and His son is taken over. If He promised me mercy, and now He's retiring before I go to Him, so who will fulfill your promise? Don't tell me your son, because I don't know your son. I know you, I worship you. I didn't worship your son. So I want you to fulfill your promise. I'm sorry, I'm retired. My son took over. Took over what? Are you getting weak? Or you are about to die? Who is taking your soul out? You have a soul? If you have a soul, that means you cannot be one. You cannot be someone. Someone is the one who is not assembled from many things. You are assembled, I am assembled. Head, spine, arms, legs, kidneys, lungs, whatever. I'm assembled. Those all together, they form my body. And the soul also is brought in. So if that Lord wants look after me because he is retiring or he will go somewhere else. So why he created me then? To switch me to his son? What if I am not satisfied with his son? I don't know his son. I don't know his other partner. That's why Allah cannot have a son, cannot have a partner. It's impossible. And let's go to the book of those who believe that Allah have a son. They said, as Allah told us, وقالت اليهود عزير ابن الله وقالت النصارى المسيح ابن الله ذلك قولهم بأفواههم. عارف يعني ايه بأفواههم؟ يعني مش في كتبهم. لن تجدوا في كتابهم لا المفبرك ولا الكتاب الحقيقي. هم قالوها بأفواههم. ذلك قولهم بأفواههم. إذن هم أضافوها. يقول الله عز وجل هذا ادعاؤهم. فهم إذا قالوا أن لله ولد فلننظر شأن هذا الولد. أولا هذا الولد نقر له أنه جاء بغير أب. والمسلمون يقرون بذلك أنه جاء بغير أب وإنما جاء من أم. That son, we acknowledge that he been born miraculously. We acknowledge that he has no father, no biological father. Okay, that because of that you claim he's son of Allah. They will say yes, because none similar to him tell them that's a mistake. Because Adam has no father, has no mother. So if someone deserves to be called as son of Allah, should be Adam, because he has no father, he has no mother, right? Okay. They may surprise you, but why Allah create him without a father if he's not the father of him? It's very simple. Let's look at the creation and concentrate well. Allah created Adam from what? From what? From? What did you say? Tea. Okay. From tea, from clay, from handful of dirt, all right? It doesn't matter. Those are steps of one another. Okay, from handful of dirt. And he formed him by his hand. So he has no father, he has no mother. The creation of Adam was, you found no women interfered in that creation, right? I will ask you many because I want to feel that you are still with me. I didn't lose you. Okay? Is that correct or incorrect? No women interfered in that creation, correct? Good. If any male was interfering in that creation, any male? No. Because male was not known by that time. He is the first male. No male was known by that time as a human being. Made from jinn, yes, but as a human being, no. Okay. That is the first type of creation. Without male or female. Remember that. On the opposite side of that creation, there is another creation which is me and you. Me and you, we have women, male and female. We have men and women interfering in the creation. Male and female. So me and you, from male and female, and even all kuffar, from male and female. Regardless if those were married or not married, is not our point now. male and female. So, if this is the four sides of creation, that side, no male, no female, which is Adam. The opposite side, diagonally, the opposite side is me and you. Remember, me and you with male and female, or by male and female. Okay. Second step of creation, second type of creation. Allah created Eve from the rib of Adam, right? This is what everybody believes. Yes, we don't have a final strong text from Rasulullah, except what we found in the 4 books from Allah and from the interpreters of the Quran. They said the same. But we don't have a solid text to say that Eve, her name is Eve, or she was created or been created from the rib of Adam. But it is settled like that. And everybody acknowledges that. And we accept that. Fine. Eve, the third corner of creation, was created from a male only. From a male only, part of a male. No other female involved. Do you know why? Because if Allah created 2 females, it will be a big problem. Believe me, it will be a big problem. Because Caucasian will say, oh, we are the children of the first woman, while those Egyptians, the children of the second woman. She is nothing. We are the son of the best of women. That's why we are son of the same woman. We are the children of the same woman, which is Eve. Fine. That's why Allah created 1 female only, not 2. And 1 male, not 2. If we are all the children of 1 male and 1 female, and we still hate one another, and we still kill one another, and we still transgress the rights of one another. So what if they were 2 men to start with, or 3 or 2 female? It will be a bigger problem. So alhamdulillah, that's what we are in is enough. Okay. So how many types of creation we have? No male nor female, neither male nor female. Number 2, male only. But that male brought what? Female. Remember that. And me and you, male and female, from males and females. Okay? That is completely the opposite of the first one, which is Adam. The second one, female only, brought out of a male only. Reverse it. Reverse it. Should be what? Should be what? Huh? To be a male from female only. To be the opposite of female only from male only. Alright? And that was the missed type of creation. So Allah proved to us and to all humanity that He's able to create anything and the opposite of it. They clone nowadays. Male from male, a sheep from a sheep, female from male, they can clone this. But not yet. They clone the female from male. And even if they do it in the future, they will do it using what Allah created from the beginning. They cannot create something brand new Allah is not aware of. So we have 4 types of creation, and Isa was the final type to prove to those who believe in the books before that He's able to create anything. But after all, they deny Isa. I remember a Jewish rabbi, he invited me to that church to give a lecture. Not a long lecture, 10 minutes lecture. And he said to me, he was a Jewish, many priests will be here. I said, then? He said, you know that we Jewish, we don't acknowledge Jesus, and we are cousins, me and you. So we should support one another. Jesus is nothing. Jesus is son of adultery. This is what they believe. Okay? I said, and what do you want me to do? He said, don't even mention Jesus. Just ignore. I said, okay, we'll see. And the first thing I start with is to praise Allah, and to acknowledge that Mary is the most pure woman Allah ever created, and she is virgin, and she delivered Jesus, or Isa. Let me use Isa, it's better than Jesus. He delivered Isa, she delivered Isa without any interference from any man. It was miraculously born and was a sign from Allah. That guy, he was upside down because he thought that I cheated him. The young boys in the middle. Hello? Brothers, either you join us or you stay quiet. Take one of the two. Or the third, I leave. Take one of the three. Either you listen, you don't want to listen, don't make noise, please. Thank you. Barakallahu feekum. Back to the issue. So, they said that he is son of Allah. Okay, for argument's sake, let's agree with them. I don't agree, but for argument's sake, let's say we agree with them. Have you ever heard about a king or a president or any emir of any country when he sent the army to fight Muslims on their land or to kill Muslims? Did you hear that he sent his son? Did he send his both girls, his both daughters, to fight in this country, in Iraq or whatever? No. Why? Oh, those should be protected. And even if they will join the army or the troops, they will be protected with a special group not to be harmed, as they do with the Prince of England. He's surrounded with a huge number, a special force to protect that soldier. Let's speak logic. How come the creator of the earth and heaven, he sent his son to be a victim, to be captured by the servants, and they crucify him, and they put a crown of thorns on his head, they spit on him, they kick his butt, and they do all this to the son of the creator of the earth and heaven? Is this possible? Logically, that's impossible. You cannot accept that. Nobody can accept that. But say, yes, he did that. On the cross, what that claim the Son said? Because they claim he is Lord himself in the shape of a man. Or they claim that he is son of the Creator. And he's temporarily on earth in the shape of man. And he came to sacrifice his blood, to shed his blood, to purify the sinful deed of humanity. Okay? What did he say on the cross? Huh? He said, Eli, Eli, oh, you have forsaken me. That means he was not ready for any of that. He said in another language, oh, my Lord, my Lord. Is he talking to himself? If he is the Lord, he says, my Lord. What Lord he's talking to? That's from their book. And if it is, he's talking to his father, why he said my Lord? Why he didn't say my father? Oh, Dad. Why he didn't say so? Okay? And if he said, oh, Dad, or oh, my Lord, why you have forsaken me? That means he had no idea that he will be crucified and he will be dead on the cross, as they claim. So it's impossible that one up there who promised me a servant and you, mercy, cross and everybody curse him, spit on him, and do whatever you imagine. So how come I should trust that one of them? If he did that to his son, why should I trust him? Right? So I cannot accept this theory. This theory completely collapsed. And group of children of Israel, they accepted Jesus as a messenger for a little while, and he left. He went up to his Lord. Another group, they said he was Allah himself, and he is back. Another group, they said no, he's a liar, and they plan to kill him. And this is what Allah said to us in the Quran. So if someone, after he become completely out of control, you destructed the foundation under his feet, you tell him the Quran says, they crucify him not, they killed him not. He was a similar and any guy, but he has the face of Jesus, face of Isa. If they had brains to think with, they would have accepted the idea of the Quran, or the theory in the Quran, or the text of the Quran. You know why? Because it praises and elevates Isa to a higher level. That Allah refused anyone to touch him, refused anyone to kill him, refused anyone to crucify him, and he elevated him. They should have accepted, but because Allah wants to misguide them, so none of them even thought to take their text and adopt it, and he praises Jesus with, or Isa with. Isa is the Word of God, as Adam was the Word of God. And Allah clearly said that to us in Surah Al-Imran. إن مثل عيسى عند الله كمثل آدم خلقه من تراب ثم قال له كن فيكون. So both were a word of God. Fine. If that's so, that means everything is settled for the Muslims. You should trust your deen. And you should know, because I'm sorry to say that, plenty of Muslims, they think Isa is a Christian. Please, that is wrong. For God's sake, don't think so. Plenty of Muslims, they think that Musa is a Jew. None of that. All the prophets, all the messengers were Muslims. Because that Lord up there doesn't play games. He chose Islam, submission, to be the religion of the humanity, and jinn also. Whoever accepted, that's good for him. Whoever denied, he will pay for that. But because of the changing of the way human beings think, so Allah was upgrading the deen, but without changing the principles and the fundamentals of that deen. Allah is one. Any messenger is a servant of God. He is not a partner. He is not anything except a representative to speak on behalf of Allah, with the permission of Allah. And Muhammad ﷺ is the last one. No one cannot be after that. No Qadiani, no nothing. Those who claim other prophet is after Muhammad ﷺ, none of that. Whoever believes there is a prophet after Muhammad ﷺ, that means he gets himself out of the deen, if he were Muslim. If he is not a Muslim, so we don't care. Let him believe what he wants. Also, if Jesus was son of Allah, why their book is wrong? Because their book said that Jesus will remain in the grave as John was in the belly of the whale 3 days and 3 nights. But actually, he didn't, as they said in the book, in their book. They didn't say that. He remained 3 days and 3 nights. He was crucified on the day of Jum'ah, and before sunset of day of Jum'ah, Jew don't do anything after sunset, so they have to bring him down with the other 2 guys. But they killed the other 2 guys, they punctured their belly, they broke their knees, and they didn't do that with the person who resembled Jesus. And quickly, they throw him in the grave before sunset, because they cannot do anything after sunset. That means he stayed in the grave the Friday night and the whole day of Saturday, and Saturday night, and the whole day of Sunday? No, because Mary Magdalene, she met the mother of Jesus. They said she was taken like ointment or cream the mother of Jesus said to her, "Where are you going?" She said, "I'm going to massage the body of Isa, body of Jesus." What massaging? Have you ever, after you buried some beloved one, have you ever took some ointment or some cream next day to massage his body? Have you heard that? Huh? It's impossible to do that, because he will be decomposed. You cannot even stand next to him. But she took something and went to massage his body with that ointment or that cream or whatever. She went, she found the grave open, and she heard a man voice saying, "Mary, Mary." She identified the voice of Jesus, voice of Isa. She looked, she didn't find any Isa. She found a gardener camouflaged himself, dressing, a man camouflaged himself with the dress of a gardener. They said he will be raised from the grave. Was he a soul only? Or was soul and body? If he was soul only, why he camouflaged himself in a dress of a gardener? Is it the Halloween? It is not the Halloween. All right? It is not the Halloween time. Okay, because Halloween was invented afterward. Okay, so what is the reason? Oh, he was afraid of something. Okay, fine. If he's the son of Allah, why he's afraid of people? Why he didn't came down crossing his legs saying, "I am the prince, I am the crown prince of the earth and heaven." Everybody should humble his head to him. Why he should come as a baby to cry, need to be washed up, need to suckle the milk from the breast of his mom, and if he suckle the milk, you know what he will do. Like human being. So is this a behavior of Lord? It cannot be behavior. Why Allah, to show himself to us, he has to come out of a vagina of a woman? What for? What for? That's completely false. And that was said to a group of Christians in my mosque when I was Imam of Masjid al-Taqwa in Atlantic City. The priest and about 35 guys or 25 guys, all levels of age. They came to ask some question, and when they said that to them, nobody spoke, even the priest himself. Because he cannot. This is not what they teach them in the church. You are Muslims and you receive the best of teaching of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the companions after Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You should be proud of that, with humbling yourself to even a Muslim, not to let them to ride you. No, just treat them well. Show them something to let them love your religion. But if they see us lying, killing one another, hate one another, envy one another, selling out one another, framing one another, reporting one another, working in haram, working in any possible haram. If we have a store, we put all the haram items, cigarettes, liquors, this and that. Why do you want to be like us? What for? because we are better than them. They see us equal to them at least. So we, me and you, the reason behind not much people to accept Islam. And if any one of them will ask you about Islam, you tell them Islam that you have the right to marry 4 women. Really? You have to know that the Quran is the only book to say to you, if you cannot afford and you want to be justful between the wives, 1. Be satisfied with 1. To take good care of her and to be able and to afford the expensive marriage, especially nowadays. So, Allah should be 1. If Allah wanted to create human being, He made eyes and the eyebrows above the eyes. Right? Have you ever seen eyebrows below the eyes? Yes or no? No. What if a new partner or a son wanted to change a little bit? Instead of 2 eyes, he wants to give you 3 eyes. He wants to give you no eyebrow or put the eyebrows on the cheek instead of the forehead. Huh? Make the hair grow from your mouth. He's free. He's the Lord. He wants what? He does what he wants. But since humanity is known till today, same creation. لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. That crazy Freud, who have a theory to speak about the progress of creation from 1 single cell till we have some apes. After the apes, we have human being. That's all lie. Because Allah said, لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. Logically, if you want to talk to someone, why the apes, which we have nowadays didn't change to human beings? If we were modified from apes, why those apes didn't change to be human beings? Because those, a special creation to serve the humanity somehow. Deers, horses, donkeys, whatever. Even pigs. Yes, it's forbidden to eat it. But they serve the humanity somehow. And we listen to our Lord. I want to say with this introduction, trust in your Lord, trust in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, trust in the Quran, and show strength, show strong religion, show strong worshiping of Allah. Do the best. Don't be lazy. Don't sell your deen cheap. Do you know how cheap? If you will get against your religion earth full of gold, it's still cheap price. So that means don't sell your religion. Your religion is better than your soul. You compromise your soul, you don't compromise your religion. You don't compromise your messenger, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If you accept all that, and if you will show strength, if you will support one another, Tawheed will be valid for you. Oneness of Allah will help you. Because oneness of Allah means you trust in that single Lord, which is unique. Yes, He has names, He has attributes, but names and attributes to suit His Majesty. The final example. I have eyes and Allah has eyes. But Allah's eyes are not like mine. Allah's eyes to suit His Majesty. Okay? If someone will say to you, your eyes look like the monkey eyes, are you going to be happy? Why? Don't you know that the monkey eyes stronger than your eyes 100 times? So why you refuse so? Because it's a different category of creation, and I am the top category of that creation. So I cannot be put down to say that my eyes look like the eyes of a monkey, or similar to the eyes of the monkey. Yes, the monkey has eyes, I have eyes, frog has eyes, roaches have eyes, the fly have eyes, but every creation with attributes to suit itself. Therefore, Allah's attributes to suit His majesty. Don't ever try to compare between His hand and your hand. Yes, He does have hands. Don't compare between your foot and His foot. Yes, He has a foot. We have plenty of text, we will talk about that later on, next week, inshallah. So, this introduction, I'm sorry if I made it long, but I mean, you have to know that you are on the right side. So you enter Ilm al-Tawheed, you enter the book of Tawheed with strong heart. You are sure about the one who is up there. I asked plenty, guys, where is Allah? I was surprised by an answer everywhere. Don't say ever that, because that's a wrong answer. Doesn't suit the majesty of Allah. Because the bathroom is somewhere. Is Allah in the bathroom? Subhanahu wa ta'ala. Is Allah in the hole of the toilet seat? That's somewhere. Is Allah in your pocket? And the problem is that parents, they teach children that. I ask many children in my mosque, Masjid al-Salam, where is Allah? They said everywhere. And they were happy with the answer because they think this is the answer. Allah is above the heaven, established Himself upon His throne. How did He establish Himself? We don't know. We believe in that. We don't try to resemble that or to give an explanation of that. He established Himself above His throne in the way to suit His majesty. We believe in that. 1, 2, 3, ABCD, ABC Creed. So if anyone asks you, where is Allah? Is above. He sees everywhere. He's aware of everything. He hears, He sees everywhere. Nothing can stop Him. He sleeps not. He blinks not. He is not absent for even 1 second. This is, inshallah, the general idea of the introduction of if Allah is one. Allah must be one. Allah cannot be more than one. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. Do you know what's the difference between واحد and أحد? What is the difference between واحد and أحد? Who can tell me? What is the difference? ما الفرق بين الواحد والأحد؟ تعرف؟ تفضل.
واحد is one, but meaning that there can be others. أحد means one is alone.
Okay, the same. Okay, you partly did good. All right. Allah, Al-Wahid, is the single one. Cannot be two. Cannot have a partner. But Al-Ahad is the one who's not assembled from many parts. And every part needs the support of the second part. Like you. You have eyes. Can your eyes function without brain? They support one another, right? Can your eyes and ears and heart, they function separately? They don't link together? No, they are all linked together. That's why Allah is a Samad. The one who is something, glory to Him, like one thing. It is not many things together. As Christians, they believe. They play games with you. They said, yes, He is one and only, but He is a component. He has some components from some separate issues. They want to go to the Trinity theory from the back door. You want to prove that He is three, but finally He is one. Just nonsense talk. Allah is Samad. That means he doesn't need any support of anyone. Even himself doesn't need support of some part of himself. He's one. Understand now? He's one as identity, and he is one as a build-up. How is that? We don't know. We believe in that as that he is Samad, Wahid, Ahad, single, and he is not assembled from many things. You have to know that. And hopefully, if Allah extends my life to next week, we will start at the first class of Tawheed, that great book of Imam Muhammad Abdul Wahab. And the same book was explained through plenty Sheikh. All right? You can also go back and refresh your information with what other great scholars said about that great book. It is not my opinion. I am a person who follows Muhammad, who submitted himself. I am not Wahhabi, I am not Hanafi, I am not Hanbali, I am not this, I am not that. I respect all of them, and I take the best out of every one of them. To have the best of creed, best of understanding. I don't take anyone whether it's weak or good. No. I take the best of every explanation of everyone. And all go back to Muhammad. Correct or incorrect? Muhammad was before any one of them. So I am with them and copying him. And you should copy him. And you should be satisfied with that. Inshallah, if Allah extends our life, hopefully we will meet together. And if you have a beloved friend or brother or sister or wife, would you please bring her with you next week? All right? So we expand the information to the maximum number of Muslims to convey it to the maximum number of human beings. Because we need to practice Tawheed. Maybe Allah will send mercy upon us, and maybe Muslims will be together and united. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين والسلام عليكم.